Governor Ortom is shining light and inspiration for ethnic nationalities, CREN Director Dikwe, the Director General Center on Religious and Ethnicity in Nigeria, CREN, Reverend Kalamu Musa Ali Dikwe, has described Governor Samuel Ortom as a shining light and an inspiration for ethnic nationalities in the face of what he called murderous attack against vulnerable communities and innocent Nigerians by bloodthirsty killer headsmen in the country. According to him, unlike some politicians that preferred to speak in the language of political correctness, Governor Ortom has called attention to the rising spate of insecurity and alerting both Nigeria and international community on the planned Islamization of the country. In a statement, Reverend Kalamu Musa Ali Dikwe issued and made available to Daily Post on what he called outrageous response by the presidency over an interview granted to Channel television by Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State. He said, after pursuing the entire content of the response assigned by the presidential spokesman Malam Garba Shehu, it is obvious that the former president of Nigeria, Guide of Edictus, NGE, came short of a rational response on the many issues raised by the governor. He added in the 21st century that is technologically driven with fads and new ways of doing things. It is sad that the Buhari presidency is saddling the nation with the painful task of returning Nigeria back to the past. Those who seek the return of our nation to its past are not Nigerian but foreigners who are resolved to stultify the growth of our country. Malam Sheu's response rings as the granting of a foreigner that is committed to the enthronement of falsehood for personal gains. Little wonders there are speculations that the presidential spokesman is not a Nigerian but a Nigerian claiming to come from Kano. The clergyman noted that Shehu was condemning Governor Ortom, who is never weary of resisting the planned subjugation of the nation's ethnic minority by the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration, adding that any patriotic Nigerian desirous of the progress for the country cannot but resist and condemn current efforts aimed at the planned review of grazing reserve and roads as approved by President Muhammadu Buhari. He explained in the face of murderous attack against vulnerable community and innocent Nigerians by blood-tasty killer headsmen, Governor Ortom remains a shining light and an aspiration for ethnic nationalities, unlike some politicians that prefer to speak in the language of political correctness. The governor has called attention to the rising spate of insecurity and alerting both Nigeria and the international community on the planned Islamization of the country. Reverend Dikwe stated that when Governor Ortom declared that President Buhari may be pursuing colonization agenda. In other words, he was accusing the president of using the instruments of state to promote and enthrone the Fulani ethnic group over others, stressing that the action said and inaction of the presidency clearly demonstrates that the Buhari-led government had adopted the Fulani people as the favored group out of Nigerian over 350 tribes. According to him, many incidents in many states led credence to Governor Ortom's assertion that the present administration is working towards enthroning the Fulanization agenda in the country. Despite the recent killing of over 100 persons in Irigwe community in Basa local government area of Plateau State, security agents pretended and looked the other way. However, when on August 14, 2021, some outlaws murdered 25 travelers in Jos. The police quickly identified the perpetrators with a promise to bring them to justice. He observed that this quick identification of the killers of the travelers came on the trail of several weeks of attack carried on vulnerable communities in Kaduna, Benue and Plateau, with security agencies doing nothing to arrest the culprit, pointing out that Governor Ortom, by his boldness and fearless disposition, has identified the crux of the problem ravaging the nation. It is a fact that not only non-Nigerian would be unhappy with the interview granted by Benue governor. The center, however, recalled many instances when the Fulani unleashed mayhem on communities and nothing was done to bring them to book, saying from Adamawa to Kaduna Plateau to Niger, the Fulani ethnic group had become the favored and shared from any form of investigation arising from their participation in terror-related activities. We challenged the presidential spokesman to contradict these facts and prove us wrong. It amounts to moral debauchery for Shehu to accuse Governor Ortom for changing political platform when he was also a member of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Does changing party platform really relegate the principal nature of politicians? If so, then Mr. Shehu remains someone that should not be taken seriously. It is clear that no matter how Shehu attempts to cover the truth as told by Dr. Ortom, he can only deceive himself and make mockery of the truth, alleging that Ortom's interview was capable of igniting genocidal attacks on the Fulanis is a blatant falsehood. The disposition of the government as shown in its lackluster disposition to combat this attack has the capacity to ignite violence against the Fulani in the nearby future, he said. The statement explained that Ortom was not a man of violence but someone who supports harmony and unity of Nigerian citizens, emphasizing that those who support killer headsmen were not Nigerians but foreigners that were committed to the destruction of the nation. Some pestilence must be avoided for our nation's common good, Dikwe stressed. He has said it all already. What more can we say? Those who are criticizing Ortom should look elsewhere and leave the man alone because he has done nothing wrong to anyone. He was just stating and saying the truth. So we don't know why they were getting so angry. Well, someone said, thank God we still have bold and truthful men of God who will hit the nail on the head even in the face of open persecution by the machinery of governments. I hope they will not come after you as their usual characteristics. They won't do because all eyes will be on them. You can go to the comment section and share your take and opinion on this article. Thanks for listening.